It's Alex here on our fifth Fitter Body Ladies podcast. Super excited. Today I've got Monette and Christian in with me today. And today we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about what is our favourite type of training. What sort of stuff do we do? Talk about clothes. Because obviously training clothes I'm talking about, fitness. And we're going to answer a couple of questions that we've kind of had raised to us by the ladies at Northampton. But please, if you're listening to us, please hit follow, share the wealth. We want to be getting out there so that other people can hear about us and hear the things that we're talking about, because we hope that it can be helpful to them. First and foremost, how's everybody's week been just in general? Monette, you got a good week?
It's been all right.
End of the week sales. That's what it's been like for Monette.
It's been a week.
Christian, good week?
Yeah, it's been good so far.
Okay. So far, it's the end of the week, mate.
Well, it's only
Friday.
Till the weekend to go.
Till the weekend.
Anything can happen at the weekend.
Okay, fine. Good week in Fit Body Ladies. We've had Lauren start. She's going to be working with us on our social media. Welcome, Lauren. And we've also got Abby and Susie, who have just passed their level 2 gym instructor, who are going to start doing their training internally with us before they go on their circuits course in the middle of April. So super excited to have them started. And Susie and Abby both did a session today to help us out, which is really great. So ladies, welcome them onto into Fitter Body Ladies and the family that we are. So let's kick it off then. So training that we all do or have done over the years. I have done an awful lot of different types of training. Monette, over the years then, what has been your favourite type of training? Have you done things like CrossFit? Have you done, obviously you do resistance training, anything like body pump, things like that? What sort of things have you done over the years?
I've done little bits of everything. The only thing I've never done is like long distance, and you'll never get me doing it. No, it's not for me. I've tried. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
What, just running for like hours?
I don't. First of all, I used to be a sprinter, so I'm out that door and I'm gone, okay? I don't get the whole pacing yourself thing. I can't. I've tried it and I feel confused.
So what, you're out?
Yeah, I've
gone.
tried that. I can't pace
Horse is
myself
bolted.
out of my life. I'm gone.
What's the
See
limit?
ya. What's the limit?
Yeah.
So how long could you go for? Like, it was 10 minutes.
Oh,
and then done.
I'm not.
Just like
What, so
30
nothing?
seconds.
Never done a 5K?
Oh, everyone's done the whole couch to 5K thing. I hated it. It's not that I can't do it. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy it. And I think that's a big thing. Like a lot of exercise, people are like, I don't like it. Don't do it then. There's so many different things that you can do.
True.
Unless it's for rehab.
Yeah.
Don't do it if you don't enjoy it.
Yeah, like you're talking about the long distance thing. The reason I kind of wanted to bring up the training is this guy on the Daily Mail. He basically said, he's a plastic surgeon from the States, and he says, well, he claims that long distance running, I think we're talking like, 10, 15K,
Okay.
over a long period all the time is not particularly good for aging.
And that's why I look 12. Simple as that.
Yeah, we know.
That's the secret, isn't it?
Okay, but right now then, so favourite type of training right now?
I don't have one right now. I'm in a
What
bit
does
of a
that
weird
mean?
one. Like, yeah, because I'm kind of enjoying some elements of like the whole CrossFit style training at the moment. But
Oh yeah, your wall walks.
yeah, like I'm just like little bits of certain things. But I suppose I spend most of my time doing reps and sets. I'm a reps and sets kind of girl.
Okay, so weights, resistance training. Okay,
No shoulders, isn't it?
Building them shoulders.
Yes.
They're
she's not after her
Nobody
glutes.
can see.
She's not after glutes. She's after shoulders.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Okay, Christian. Over the years, then, predominant being a
Training wise, I started off doing like just typical like bodybuilding stuff. So like 4 sets of 8, 3 sets of 10.
But running was really like university.
University then was like I just did a lot of running, just because I never really done gym stuff. So the only thing I knew was like either football or like.
Oh yeah, so football was
go
your
for a
kind of
run.
yeah.
So it was literally so it wasn't boring. Like, I quite enjoyed it, but some people would find this so boring. There was like a 1 mile lap,
Yeah.
and I would just do that 5 times.
This is what
Oh
I mean.
my god!
Could you not do that?
I can't do one.
No?
I can do a lap, but it would have to be like a 5 mile lap. I
Couldn't
couldn't
do
go.
the same
I
lap
could not.
5 times.
I could not go back on myself. I couldn't. I would
Oh, I found it
literally.
alright.
I would literally want to.
That's how I used to feel at the track when I watched people and I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, I
Just
get,
round and
I mean
round.
that, like, you know,
Just a lot of
like
turning right.
800 meters or 1200 meters.
800, I'll get that. Any further than that, I wouldn't do it. But any further than
I
that,
mean,
what?
No, I mean, like,
You're
you
crazy.
know, like athletics, and they do like 5,000 meters on a track.
On a track.
I would just be
Dull.
like, dull. Seriously
Yeah.
dull. Seriously dull. I mean, I can do the running thing, and I quite enjoy the running thing.
Yeah.
But I go out, I have a route, and it brings me back to the same point that I started. I couldn't run out 20 minutes and then run back 20 minutes. I couldn't go back on myself.
You know what it is, though,
No,
I think,
I
as
don't
well,
mind
for
it.
me? I like being out on my head, and I don't feel like long-distance running in that pace. Can we cut that? No, but I mean, like, as in, I want to have blurry vision and not be able to think. It's kind of like the mental thing of, like, it's just, you focus on just what you're doing.
Yeah, but in long distance running, you can do that, don't you think? I can.
Nah,
Like, if you can go.
I've had friends who call me on. What do you mean you're calling me whilst you're running?
Oh no, I couldn't do that.
I find.
I
find it weird.
just start thinking about things like sometimes it work a lot of time.
See, I like
Yeah,
the whole.
I don't want to think.
That I'm the same.
That's what I
No, I
mean.
just start thinking
I'm
about
the
work a
same.
lot.
I have to have really loud music, so literally
Yeah.
my brain is like frazzled. My ears are like.
He knows I'm like that for everything.
Yeah, no,
And
best
then-
ideas come from my little runs sometimes.
Oh, creative.
I
and
know.
you're- maybe it's like that. What's it called?
We
Like
should
there's.
run more.
I'm sure there's some sort of special synapse that happens because you're.
Synapse, good word. Good word. Let's remember that for future.
Somebody when there must be some sort of
Synapse. That's the first I've ever heard you say that word. Ever. Synapse. Yeah, let's have a look into that, shall we? Let's see what kind of synapses are working whilst you're running.
There must be.
Incredible.
There is. It's got to be, isn't it? Isn't that what happens? You have like a little.
No, I'm calling bullshit on that one. No, I can't see it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Nah, I'm out.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, I'm trying.
Yeah,
okay,
okay, good
right, okay.
effort.
But there is. I bet there is. There's some sort of like
Because
psychological.
some runners get that. What's it? Like runners high, don't they?
Oh, I can get that. Like if there's a certain point as well where you're like, it's almost between like 2.5 kilometers and let's say you're doing 5k, 2.5 and 4.5, and then the last half you're like, I just want this to be over. I just want it to be over and done with. I'm
I've done
done.
it before. Like I did Pittsford once, twice.
Jesus.
Oh, that's horrible.
That was
It's
rough.
basically a half marathon.
Yeah. So and I got to towards the end of the last part, and it's I think there's a signpost that said like the car park's like a mile.
A mile away, and it's the worst
That's
mile.
the longest mile I've ever done in my
Because
life.
you go, are you talking when you go round the back of it and you go down a hill and then up the
think
the
so.
road, and you get to this point and it just says a mile, and you can see the car park,
Yeah.
and you think, oh, that's like,
Not far.
but it goes literally round the edge of the
Takes forever.
edge of the
I'm not there yet.
yeah, that's exactly, it's awful. But go on then. So running
So yeah, running was at uni. Did that quite a
after
bit.
football.
Yeah. And then started getting into the gym when I came back here with you guys. And it was, like I say, it was your typical kind of bodybuilding stuff, like sets and reps of 4 sets
Yeah.
of 8, 3 sets of 10, all that kind of stuff. And then a couple of years into that, I then started to do more like CrossFit kind of stuff, which
Yeah.
is kind of what I still do now, really. Because that's the kind of stuff I like. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. I think
Big shout out to me who took you to CrossFit.
Yes, thank you very much.
And actually,
Start.
big shout out to Unit 22 here. They were, we had a good
no,
time
it's-
at
yeah, it was
good CrossFit
It's
gym.
good fun, and I
To be
enjoy
fair,
it.
I've always been against kind of until I started doing stuff with you, and then I was like, this
I
is
quite
kind
like
of
it,
fun.
yeah.
Like, I don't hate this.
No, exactly. Like, it's more the fact that I feel really good after I've done it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes this is rough. I'm like, what am I doing here for 20 minutes of burpees and thrusters, and like this is a bad idea. But once I've done it, I'm like, awesome. I'm glad I've done it. Like
Yeah.
it was hard, and that's probably why I enjoy it. Or like why I enjoy when I finish it,
Yeah.
because it was hard work. So I do enjoy doing that. I started doing a bit of like not mixing stuff in. So like, some days I'll do like that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and then other days I'll maybe do a bit more like bodybuilding stuff. So the sets and reps again.
Yeah.
Just to kind of do something a bit different. Now I'm getting a bit older. Body's maybe not recovering quite as well as it used to do.
That's the problem.
And
It's
then
the
that's
recovery.
That's why
the
I'm
recovery.
mainly doing reps
Yeah.
and sets.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the main stuff I do now. We've obviously started doing a bit more of this like high rock stuff,
Yeah.
which is similar to CrossFit
CrossFit.
kind of stuff, but it incorporates a bit more of your running and rowing and skiing stuff, and it's
Yeah.
less
Less
weight
weights.
stuff.
Yeah. Less weight.
It's like some wall balls and burpees and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that's quite good fun. It's just a bit different. So doing that once a week.
Yeah, and a bit longer. Like the CrossFit stuff you tend to do is short. You do
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a couple of shorter workouts, or this is a longer,
Yeah.
like more
longer duration.
Yeah,
but
longer
the fact
duration.
It's not obviously just
One thing, yeah.
It's like a circuit
Yeah.
of like different stations for 45 minutes.
45 minutes, an hour or whatever it is, yeah.
So no, I've been enjoying doing that. But I've done other random bits, like we did hot yoga once.
Yes.
That was quite good fun.
Yeah, I love hot yoga.
Surprisingly difficult.
Surprisingly difficult. I'm just not very good at normal yoga. I like hot yoga because actually you feel like you've had a workout. Yoga for me, and I know I'm yoga purists out there, I know it is a workout, but for me, I just think I get a bit bored. My brain is off.
Yeah.
My brain
Our brains
goes
don't
off.
operate
No,
like
like
that.
that. Yeah. I'm like, I'm supposed to be doing what? A done with dog. Oh, what's the shopping tonight? You know, that's
okay.
the problem for me when it comes to that sort of stuff. Again, likewise, I've pretty much tried everything. I do love a HIIT workout. Great fun.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a group. Like it is. Group HIIT workouts are really good fun. And there are so many varieties of that. I do love my strength training now. Like I get for me, strength training is about turning off, going into the gym, music on, that. But I've started to get back into my running, not particularly far, but, you know, sort of once a week I do sort of a lot, like 5 to 7K, depending on my time. But
do you consider gym a hobby? This is a conversation that comes up a lot with a lot of people. Like, do
I
you
think it's
consider
a
it a
hobby?
hobby?
No, I don't.
I don't.
It's my job.
See, I wouldn't say like job because, you know, my job is money.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like I feel like it's part of, it's just a necessity. Like for me,
Do
like,
you?
it's just it's almost like going to the doctors or the dentist. Like, it's like a health thing. Like I just couldn't see it as a hobby.
yeah.
So someone's like, "What's your hobby?" I'm like, paying bills. Like I don't know. I spend all my time at work
Cooking.
and at the
Well,
gym.
do you have a hobby?
Do I have a hobby?
Yeah. It's hard when you're a mum.
I don't think I really have a hobby. I have interests, but nothing that I would say I do regularly.
Christian,
but,
you have a hobby?
Not at the moment. I'd say like if there's any like I guess going to the gym, but I like a bit like you guys.
Tennis, you had tennis?
I've gone a couple of times. I wouldn't say I do like
No,
that
regularly.
regularly.
Yeah, like a hobby is something you do regularly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or-
Cooking.
Yeah. I do that because I have to.
No, see, I
I
love
do
love
enjoy
to cook.
it, but not when you're cooking for a 34-year-old.
I love to cook. I think that's my hobby. If somebody said to me, you could give up work and just do recipes and cook and make
I would
cakes
love
and
that.
bake and do that sort of all day, I'd be like, wicked.
Would you?
Yeah.
You don't enjoy it though, do you?
Not cooking as
God
such.
forbid
I
you
like...
should have to put some seasoning on your chicken.
Oh, Jesus. I don't mind like following a recipe. I'm not a creative chef.
I would
couldn't-
like
I
to have
couldn't
more
just
time to
whip
be
something up.
creative.
Yes.
I would love to have more time to be creative. I would love to have time to play around with different recipes
That's
and
the
things
issue,
like
isn't
that.
it? It's time. It's
Yes.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not lack of want.
No, not lack of want. And again, like I less so now, but but just purely because I get home and I'm tired and I make the time. I still try to cook
Go for
regularly.
the simple
I go for the
options,
simple
yeah.
options because it's just convenient. It's
I
convenient
used to do
for
it all
me.
the time. I'm going to cook the fanciest dinner like Monday
Yeah.
through to Sunday all the time, and it's like it just doesn't work.
Well, no one appreciates it in your house.
They don't.
That's the problem.
They don't appreciate it. That's another podcast.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
later.
no. They don't appreciate the fact that you've just spent an hour making
Yeah.
this fancy ass dinner. They're just like, okay,
Yeah,
thanks
or
for
everybody's
that.
like, I don't eat that vegetable, or I don't eat this, or I need to pick everything out, or I can't eat them because that's got pasta in it.
Yeah, kids are the worst.
Oh, tell me about it.
No, I'm not even saying anything. Who's worst in our house?
Okay.
Who's worst in our house?
Oh yeah, at the moment. Yeah.
At the moment.
They're so, like,
But that's again another
they can-
podcast.
Some kids can be so fussy, can't
They
they?
Were you fussy?
No, I don't think I was that fussy, but
Were you fussy?
I wasn't brought up to be fussy.
no, but I don't think Mum was that adventurous in terms of like foods. Like it was a lot of similar stuff, like bolognese and shepherd's pies and stuff like that. I don't think we did.
Fish fingers and peas.
Yeah, that was Dad's.
There's a
favourite.
lot of fish fingers and peas
Yeah.
in our house.
Remember you
And
saying.
at one point, it was so bad when you were little, like little. I used to go on the bus to school, and Mum just couldn't be asked. And I love Mum, love her to bits. It was a kebab. I used to just go, "Can I have a kebab?" And she went, "Yeah." Just every night, I'd have a kebab on the way home.
That always blows my head because I remember somebody saying that to me, and I was like, my mum wasn't even like a McDonald's mum. We didn't even have chicken nuggets in the
Oh,
freezer.
really?
No.
Oh no, we had fish fingers everybody.
Literally,
Jenny's fancy.
fish fingers.
Fish.
Is
fair
she?
enough.
What?
Don't
we had a
spoil me
lot.
as much now, but
I'm
yeah.
trying to think as a kid. Fish fingers, potato shapes, apple,
They were-
lettuce, potato
The
lettuce.
faces.
Yeah.
We never had them either.
We had lettuce.
Mm-mm.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god. Thrived.
What
I
else?
lived at my mate's.
At one point, I lived on bacon sandwiches. That was it. Literally, it was like I'd come home and mum would be like, "What do you want for dinner?" I'd be like, "Bacon, lettuce,
It's funny
tomato
how
sandwich."
those things haven't like stuck with you, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
in a way of like
but it would be just like the same thing. It would be the same. Like I can be a bit like, oh, I like that, so I'm going to cook it all the time.
It's like those little things from childhood and food.
Yeah.
You see it with a lot of people, like things that like they stick to or whatever. Like I know because mum went out of her way to be, oh, we're so healthy, we're so this, we're not going to have blah blah. That
Did you grow up in a house where weight was an issue?
No.
You were all pretty athletic, weren't you?
Yeah.
You three.
Okay.
So it was never. We was always like quite sporty, and Jenny fed us for sport.
Oh,
Technically,
did she?
Which
Okay,
is-
that's good.
But it's not always. At the end of the day, I think at one point I started becoming that person. Like I was going to McDonald's like 3 times a day because I hadn't had it as a kid. Really, it was bad.
How old were you then?
Like teens, like late teens.
Okay.
But I was like, yeah. I think I still do it now, where it's like, because I can, I will.
Okay.
Whereas I feel like if she like, because that's not balanced. But in the reality of it, I get it. You wanting to be healthy and everything, but it's not gonna.
See, I don't remember mum cooking much. I don't. Not like proper
Mum was
dinners.
always in the kitchen.
Maybe
It's
maybe
just a
spaghetti
lot.
bolognese. There was a
Basic-
lot
basic
of ready
stuff.
meals for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of ready meals.
A lot of ready meals.
A lot of ready
That's why I
meals.
find it strange that that's how you two grew up, and then you're just like completely not.
Yeah, not like that.
You're far from
But
that.
my mum
like,
actually cooks a lot now.
does she?
Yeah, yeah.
You lot were just tiring her out.
Yeah, she does. She does a lot. I don't know what she does for her and dad nowadays.
Well, she cooks her own dinner, and Dad has
Yeah.
fish mix and
So, yeah, still, he's never going to give that up.
He's got used to it.
Oh, yeah, he's got the strangest.
He literally
eating
would,
habits.
he eats about 7 things.
One of the funniest things he used to do was he'd get a cup of gravy and just dip bread in it and just eat.
I just eat.
I love gravy.
Oh,
I
that's-
don't-
No,
I
it
find
wasn't
that
even
strange.
gravy. It was OXO, OXO cube in a
Nah,
mug.
I'm off.
Yeah.
And then he used to have, Dad, we do love you, but this food
Yeah.
food stuff was really bad. So he would have, Mum would make him this like casserole with like what would be in it, like a pigeon or like some sort of
You're obsessed with pigeon this week, aren't you?
some sort of like small birded thing.
Small bird.
And
When
he
she
would
found on the
with
street.
peas in it. He's never eaten onion, never eaten garlic. Didn't
Never
eat
eaten
pizza.
onion or
Didn't eat
garlic?
pizza until
A few years ago.
not
Very
The only
recently.
thing, though, I will say, and taking it back, anyone who's watching this is probably like, what's going on.
Yeah.
But taking it back a second, the only thing is, yes, it may not be the healthiest of 7 things, but guess what he doesn't have? Decision fatigue.
Oh, he never has that.
Which is a massive thing that most people have. Like, they'll say to me, oh, I eat the same things all the time. I mean, they're healthy enough. Okay. Like, why would I make you eat loads of different things if that's not what you like to do?
Yeah, no,
Whereas everyone
exactly.
thinks that they've got to be like, oh, I've got to have something
His
different every
diet,
day.
actually, if you're going to look at it and probably if you took the amount of bread he consumed out of it, it's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
He eats most peas, broad beans,
Carrots will do.
carrots, baked beans, most meat. Doesn't like chicken, but likes turkey.
I know.
Make it make sense.
I know, it's strange.
Prawns. Loves prawns.
Oh, we
Loves
love
most
prawns.
fish. Eats a lot of cheese. A lot of
Love
cheese.
cheese.
And eats tomatoes.
It's not the worst, is it? And that's
Not
what I
the
mean by it.
worst.
I think decision fatigue is something that affects so many people because they are constantly, whether it's joining a gym and then having to think about what they're going to do and actually going, or what food they're going to eat. Or
Making decisions is the hardest bit. If you're changing your food, the small changes.
it's small changes.
That's right.
The amount of times though people automatically just have a salad. Why? Why are you just going to have a
Just
salad?
have a smaller portion.
Yeah, like,
What you
just
like.
don't have to have what you want to eat. Like, why would you go out for dinner and pay for something you don't want? That's, and I'm not saying go crazy, but it's like, okay, look at the best options. And that's what we
That's
obviously
right.
teach. them.
Yeah.
Whereas so many other things are like, well, just have a salad. Why? Because you're still going to be hungry. You're going to be miserable as well. Like, nothing worse.
Yeah, that's why I think sometimes like batch cooking is pretty helpful for some people.
Yeah. If you can batch cook and then have it in the freezer ready
Yeah,
to go. If you can do
exactly.
like 4
Yeah.
dishes and make
Sure.
20 things,
This is
you're
what
not
I've said.
always
It's
going
like
to have
sometimes
one.
it's not about doing it all in one go either. If you're making whatever the family dish is, double it up, chuck
That's
it in the
it.
freezer. So that for the day that you know you are not in the mood, or the
Yeah.
kids have got a million different hobbies and
Yeah,
activities.
that's right.
Which,
Or
yeah, they always do.
Yeah,
work
exactly.
is
It's
always
easy.
work's always a hard one. Like people who work and haven't got the ability. That's why batch cooking, like
Yeah.
having something you can take with you. Like yesterday when we took those pictures,
Yeah.
I just made double the amount of chili so that I could take it to work. Like I've got stuff to take to
Yeah,
work.
I always
Rather than
used to do
spending my
that.
£4 in the sandwich shop or getting a
If
salad.
only it was £4.
Yeah, okay. A
Because
sandwich
you always
shop.
end up spending way
You do.
more. You go in there
And
with the intentions of buying one thing, and you're like, well, I'll grab a packet of crisps.
Yeah.
And we're very British, aren't we? In the sense of like, that was okay. A lot of people who live within like Europe and stuff. If I speak to them, they'll be like, "Yeah, I own like lunches." I don't do the British thing because they think it's crazy how we're just like sandwich, like,
Yeah.
bread and filling. They're like, "What? They don't get it."
They
blows
have
their
a
heads.
2-hour
They
nice
just-
leisurely relaxating lunch, and it starts at say midday and finishes at 2, and then they might go back to work, but they might not until 5 o'clock when it's a bit cooler.
Yeah. No, but it is like,
we should start going out for a leisurely lunch with half a bottle of wine. Half a bottle of wine.
I think Rick might have something to say about that.
You wouldn't have to know.
Yeah, where should we go? We could do like we could go to a Mediterranean like pizzeria.
Does he watch this?
Probably, I'm hoping so.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, that plan's out the window now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
no, okay. Where are you off to, guys? We're going training.
Yeah, exactly.
Off to be
Going
We're
to
going to go and
work
video
out.
each other training.
We're going to be gone a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got 2 hours.
But yeah,
Big
I think it
workout
does
going
make a
on.
big difference. And so many people their automatic is just, because it's ingrained, isn't it, from childhood. Sandwich,
Packet of crisps.
whatever. Which
Pat
obviously,
lunchbox.
as they're going, they're trying to change now with like, okay, make sure that in there you've got a
They're rules
carbohydrate,
still.
a protein, a dairy. That's what they try and encourage. You
Yeah,
to
so
look at it
are there rules?
differently.
Like when mine were at school, they used to be like, oh, you can't have chocolate.
I don't know about now because he has school
Dinners.
but like preschool, they used to send out the things of what they'd want within it. So it would be like a protein, a carbohydrate, like dairy, fruit, or he doesn't really eat veg, so it was like fruit. I always just put fruit in.
yeah.
And then I normally put in like a little treat, like something small, whether it was like a small like cake or a couple of like just something small, like nothing over the top or anything.
Yeah,
like
see,
that.
well, when George and Harrison were like primary school, they were quite strict. They were like, you couldn't have crisps. You could only have like a fruit-based snack.
Yeah.
You couldn't have chocolate, and and again, I think it had to be like, you could only have a fruit-based like treat or something like that.
Yeah, I was always
It
really
wasn't
careful about what I'd put in because I'd
fruit
feel
winders.
like panicky, like don't want them to
But
get in
at
trouble.
Yeah,
school,
exactly.
do you remember? God, you two are much younger than me. We used to be allowed a packet. We used to have packet crisps, like snack, like at break time. You'd have your packet crisps in your bag, and you do swapsies, like you trade off crisps.
Do you want a
Trade.
square?
Do you want a square for one of your Monster Munch?
Yeah.
I'll give you. And then it went on to fags. And then when you got a bit older, I'll give you twosies on that.
No comment.
Can't say I did the crisp trading thing.
Didn't you?
No.
Did you not have crisps? Were you allowed crisps?
Yeah.
But you never traded.
No. I don't think it was ever really a thing for me.
But the thing is, though,
Wow.
they
Was
were,
that because you were just being selfish and were like, I'm not trading
Yeah,
any of my
well, I've got
crisps?
the best
Yeah, I'm
crisps,
not
so-
trading my
he'd already
crisps up for
tracked his
you.
calories for the day. As well. I don't think so.
I'm not sacrificing this.
Yeah, that's going to be like
Probably.
an extra 10. No thanks.
Okay, quickly tangent. What's favourite crisps then?
We're the same though, aren't we? Basic. We're very basic. I was going to say something, but
Go on
that's
then.
rude. No, because it's swearing, isn't it? And we're trying to not have potty mouths from now on. No, but we're basic. We're ready salted.
I'm ready
Oh, you
salted
are.
all the
We
way.
are. I love all crisp, but ready salted.
Yeah.
Slaps, can't beat them.
Doritos chili heat wave at the moment.
At the moment.
Changes.
It'll be
Yeah,
McCoy's
changes
next week.
I
sometimes.
do love a salt and vinegar kettle chip though.
I'm thinking like the sea salt and Chardonnay.
Oh, listen to her.
God, Jesus.
What?
Sea
But for the
salt,
most part,
Chardonnay.
yeah, it's just already
You basically
salted.
mean you basically mean salt and vinegar.
With some wine.
I do mean salt and vinegar, but I mean like the fancy ones, you know, with the ones in the blue packet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think I know what you mean.
Aren't they green? Aren't they green? The
Aren't they
salt and
blue?
vinegar's one.
Listen,
Not this one.
Isn't it? The Chardonnay one. The Chardonnay vinegar. What? It's
I'm
sea
sure it's
salt
blue.
and wine.
sea salt, and I'm sure it's like no, not actually wine. Like
Just a dab of wine in there.
yeah,
No, sea salt and I like the kettle chips one.
Do you? I only really like them when it's like
A party.
Yeah,
A
a
gathering.
when it's free. When they're free.
Okay.
All right. But I can give it a take. McCoy's are good.
I love
Big-
I love a
big fan of
crisp.
McCoy's.
I love a crisp, especially if it's a fancy crisp, like a different type of crisp, like a frazzle. Like going to a like they're like
frazzle.
like a party crisp.
I think I like them until I eat them, and I'm like, ew, how are kids eating these? They're grim.
And then do you remember the twirls, the salt and vinegar twirls? They're basically just
Do you
they melt
do
in
you
your
like
mouth.
Wotsits?
I do.
Do you? Oh, I don't know. It's
No,
the
I'm
whole
the same,
in the
just-
teeth thing. I'm like, this is annoying.
That's an age thing. It's the fingers going orange.
Yeah.
I don't really like that.
I do like crisps with flavourings though, like Doritos, the orange ones.
Cheesy.
Oh, cheese ones, yeah.
Cheesies.
Yeah.
All right.
See, I would go plain as plain on a Dorito.
Basic.
Yeah, well, basic. Yeah, like in my
but
head, I'm like, oh
yeah,
no.
Dorito, like
Hint
the
of
cool
lime
ones
is
are
about
quite nice.
no
Hint of lime.
Just lightly
Yeah, they do
salted.
Doritos hints of ready salted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
because for me a nacho is about
The
scooping,
dip.
a dip and a scoop. I wouldn't
Yeah,
eat
like
a
if I
packet
was if I was doing like nachos, then yeah, but like as a crisp,
I wouldn't eat as a crisp. I wouldn't go into a shop and go, oh, I'm going to buy a bag of tortilla chips.
Okay.
Well, let us know your feelings, guys. Tortilla chips or not?
And this is basically our office, but normally 10 times worse.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the office.
Okay, so next question. Clothing that we like to wear in the gym. So I love it. I love a bit of new fancy, garb.
We love new stuff.
Love
yeah.
a new. I mean, most of the time we live in PE kits anyway. So
Yeah,
Pretty much.
what? Let's talk about trainers.
Mhm.
Favorite type of trainers to train in. Because obviously there's the purists out there who say if you're doing resistance like lifting, squats, etc., should be wearing like a non-spongy shoe, like a Converse or something like that.
Don't know how we feel about Converse, do we, though?
I'm just about to go and buy some.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
For
I'm going to go and
lifting?
buy some.
For lifting it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Bit of Chuck Taylor.
Would you really?
Yeah. Why not?
Just because we prefer something natural. I personally, shoes are off.
I
Like
normally
deadlift
do
and stuff.
shoes off, but again, in
And
the
I
gym,
try,
Used
if I
to.
can, with the squats.
it's
but because
cold.
of- no. I was about to say something then. Cold. Grow up. Cold.
Cold feet.
Cold.
Yeah, I don't like cold
Come
feet.
on.
Don't like having cold
No,
feet.
because I have like the insoles from my fallen arches because my lower half is just broken. It's hard for me to then do squats and stuff barefooted, but I'd rather because then your feet are in the most natural position.
I
aren't
know,
they?
I
Whereas
know.
obviously in shoes they're just
Squish, especially on like jumping shoes, like running jumping
apparently though,
shoes.
it's the same with like Squat University again.
course.
It's the same with like Converse and the Blazers and stuff. They're not actually as great as.
Have you seen those Vivo barefoot ones?
It's not for
What are
me.
they?
I would love
So they're
to,
basically
but-
they're
Are they
like
the one with the toes?
no, they're not separate toes or anything, but
I
they're
hate
basically
them ones as well.
they're
They're
almost-
horrible.
they're not like a sock. They are a shoe,
Yeah.
but they're really really thin, and the sole is completely like flat.
Can you run
And
in them?
you can. It's not
It's not
comfy.
comfortable.
No, no.
Okay.
And it's basically just helps you like your toes spread out
Oh,
into more of a natural
how
position.
much are they?
I don't know. I think they're quite expensive.
Yeah, they always are.
And you can get all sorts of different ones, like lifestyle ones or workout ones or whatever.
So
But
the lifestyle one's probably more for like walking around
yeah,
and stuff
just
like
day
okay.
to day. But like I said, I don't think they're the most comfy shoes,
Okay.
but I think they're very good in terms of like trying to get your feet into a
Flat position.
I will
without
say I
just
think
bare
Do you
feet.
wear insoles? I wear insoles from
Yeah, they're like specially
Yeah, me
made and
too.
stuff. Yeah, I do think so many people though look at like for someone who's starting out new, I wouldn't want them to be like, oh my god, I need
No,
this shit. Like,
exactly.
you want the
most comfy.
most comfortable, basic that's going to give you a bit of movement.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
right.
you want.
That's
Something that is kind of you can use.
and I
for
would
a lot of
recommend
different
that people
things.
try different types. Go and
Yeah.
actually try your trainers
Do
on.
what your mum used to make you do.
Yeah.
Run up and down the shop,
Shop.
until you know that
That's
they
exactly
work for
right.
you.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. I genuinely think that you're going in, and you know, there is a good Nike outlet up in Rugby. They have loads of trainers up there. Go and try different trainers on and see what you like and see what you don't like. What are you currently wearing at the moment, guys?
Should I name them?
I'm wearing some Adidas trainers at the moment.
Some Adidas.
See, I
trainers.
can't wear Adidas. Too wide for my feet.
See, I don't find
Okay.
these wide at all. I find them a little bit
Narrow. What are you
Yeah.
wearing at the moment?
I've got Nike Metcon 8s.
Okay.
They're my shoe of choice at the moment. They are, I guess, they're a shoe designed for the gym,
Yeah,
basically.
they've
So
got a relatively
they're
flat
quite flexible at the front
Yeah,
toe. They're a flat shoe.
yeah.
They're not
They're
like,
not much
squishy in the
squishy.
middle.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
if you're trying to squat heavy,
I
as
think I
such.
like these the most out of all the ones they've released.
Yeah, they look good, and they've got like a solid heel at the back,
Yeah.
and it's basically like lifted slightly. So you probably know like if you've done like heels elevated squats and stuff, it helps you in terms of getting like good depth.
Yeah.
If you haven't got the best, maybe like mobility. So they're quite good for that. So like I say, they're pretty good, and they are designed for the gym.
Yeah,
like
they are.
workouts in the gym. They're not.
Our type of workout, the type of workouts we do at Fit Body Days.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not that
exactly.
we're selling them or anything like that. We're just saying they're definitely a
Yeah,
good
I
shoe.
wouldn't say they're a running shoe of any sort.
No.
Like if you're talking like 5
5K.
miles, yeah.
Did you run in them when we did our training last week?
Yeah, just because they're the shoes I'm
Yeah,
wearing
okay.
at the moment. Like I do have running shoes. I think they're your house, to be fair. But yeah, these are good for like maybe like 400 meters.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
But that's probably like the distance you could be looking at. They're not the best for
They're not
running.
the best
But
for
like gym stuff, really good. I like them. Comfy, look good. There's a little Velcro bit that goes over your laces, so they
don't flap around.
yeah.
Oh, that is
I'm a
good.
fan of that.
Oh, I might have to have a look at them.
They're nice, aren't they?
I've got for running, I've got some really nice New Balance running trainers, which I did spend quite a bit of money on. For in the gym, I tend to wear a mixture of trainers, mostly dependent on what I'm doing. If I end up doing a bit of cardio before I do any weights or after I do any weights, I tend to have 2 pairs of shoes with me because sometimes I do.
Yeah,
like,
if I'm doing like lower body and I can
Yeah.
be bothered, I'll swap to Metcons.
Yeah,
But for the most part, I've just got whatever on.
yeah.
Most of the time,
I do a lot.
I prefer to do, like, if I'm doing, which I don't at the moment, but if I'm like doing deadlifts and whatever else, I prefer to be barefooted just so I can feel the floor.
Yeah, okay.
But for anything else, I'm not overly bothered. It's just about how well they fit and how comfortable they are. I'm the sort of person, I think Christian's the same. You're definitely not, though. We will wear the hell out of trainers. Once we've
Oh my
found
God.
something that we love and that we're comfortable with, I've worn the hell out of the ones that I've got
I
now.
wear these
Like,
every
yeah,
day.
I'll wear them to death.
I just like a new trainer, and I
You
don't.
love a
Oh,
new
I love a
trainer,
new
don't
trainer.
you?
Oh, fancy new
Whereas
trainers.
it
Let's have a new
It
trainer.
stresses me out, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I can love trainers, but I'll like be like, yeah, I've ordered a load, and I'm like, hate them. They're all going back.
Hate them
And
all.
that's what we mean by try them on. If you can go somewhere and try them on, don't just order.
No, I would say
I think
the
that's why
same.
I'm dreading. Like when I'm like, I think I like these. I'm gonna order them because if they come and I don't like them, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw my toys out the pram
It's annoying.
because it's hard to find something that is right.
Yeah,
like,
no, exactly.
That's just is on your feet and it feels right. So when you
Yeah.
find it,
Yeah,
It's-
often we like sometimes there's been women come in and they've had like almost fashion trainers on.
yeah,
You know, you do have to be aware that they're fashion trainers are fashion
Fashion.
trainers. They're
Yeah.
there to look pretty as opposed to giving you the right level of support for your shoes. So I would, for your feet, I would definitely say, and especially when you're doing lots of, you know, weight bearing exercise, they need to be right for your feet. And if you're starting to feel uncomfortable, they're probably not the right shoe. You need to go and look at whether they're the
favorite
right
brand
shoe.
of trainers. What would you say?
I always have Nikes. I mean, I have got those New Balance, but
Yeah.
Question, favourite brand.
I've always been a Nike girl. My
So have
spikes,
I.
all my spikes were Nike, but I have started to like some Adidas, but I tend to go for
I
Nike.
just find
first and
Adidas
foremost.
too wide on my feet. Like I'm a
Nike
bit
just-
like, oh.
We
I'm
do
Nike-
love Adidas, but Nike has never let me down.
Yeah, I'm Nike at the moment. Was Reebok for a while.
Yeah.
Was it?
I've had a few. I've had variety, but now I'm totally into the.
Yeah, for like training, obviously
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
But I'm gonna go and buy some Converse today just to mix it up.
See what it's like.
Yeah, see what it's like. I want
Any
white
excuse,
ones.
you just
Think
want
white ones. Yeah, I just wanted some new shoes basically. I thought, oh,
Can't say
I
I've
thought to
worked
myself,
out
oh, I can take them on
Converse.
holiday then. Okay, so we had a couple of questions about training specific body parts.
Okay. Well, we know I like to train shoulders, and that's it. Nothing
Okay.
else.
Shoulder stuff, give it to Monette.
Obviously, at Fit Body Lady, we do cover a different body part each day, as in we do core and cardio on a Monday, legs on a Wednesday, upper body on a Friday. We mix it up with cardio in the middle, and we do a bit of everything on a Saturday. But the questions were about specific, maybe muscle groups. Okay, so triceps, the bingo wings.
Bingo wings.
The biggest muscle in the arm.
She's going to get all technical now. Okay, one
No, because
thing
most
you
people don't think about
you
that, that's all.
cannot get rid of you can't spot reduce on a specific body part. You can't go, oh, I want to just lose weight on my bingo wings or on my belly or on my thighs. You have to generally lose weight over that. But again, the muscles can get loose. So what exercises would you recommend for somebody beginning who's looking to maybe build a little bit more muscle tone in their triceps, in their bingo wings, underneath their arms, this bit here?
Because general theme is like anything that's like pushing movement,
Okay.
where you're extending your arms out.
Okay.
That's a good place to start. So whether that be things like press ups, chest presses, shoulder presses, you're going to get an element of work through your back of your arms, your triceps.
Yep.
They're good compound movements. If you're trying to target that one specifically, things like we've done with like tricep extensions.
Yeah, so hands over the head,
Yeah.
holding the weight,
Exactly,
lowering it down
extend
the back,
on the head.
elbows are pointed forward and up to the
Extend.
ceiling.
So that's very much a good isolated exercise for specifically that body part. Same with like tricep dips, another really good one for trying to target that specific area. But like I say, the good general theme is if you want to target that area, anything that's kind of a pressing movement
Yeah,
is going to be good
for using
good
those.
for it if you want to strengthen those kind of muscles, definitely. So yeah, that's actually a good premise. If you're thinking about working on those kind of muscles,
Yeah.
think about that pressing
Pressing
movement, and you're going to come in the good ballpark for.
Perfect. And then over the top
on
for
it.
your tricep extensions
Yeah.
to isolate those muscles a little bit more. Okay. Next one. Glutes, everyone is now. The fashion is
I
that
know.
lovely bottom. It wasn't
It
years
wasn't
ago.
that,
It was
yeah.
like flat, no bum, skinny ass
Yeah.
jeans. Now it's like who's got the biggest bum and
Yeah, I
How are we
used to
gonna build
think I want something flat.
yeah,
And
I
then
did.
everyone started building their glutes, and I was like, now it looks like I've got a flat ass.
Yeah.
Because everyone
Everyone's
looks
got a
like
bigger
they've got a
bum.
BBL. You're like,
I
yeah.
know.
And I was like, I just don't. I don't enjoy glute training.
I don't really.
Glute specific training.
No, I don't
enough. Like, I don't want glutes enough. My glutes are fine in case anyone's really concerned. But I just don't enjoy it enough to make it my main focus. Whereas, like, to be really building it up, you've got to be hitting that
You've got to be eating a
2,
lot.
3 times a week. You've got
Yeah.
to be eating. You've got to be
Eating.
hitting your protein. I don't mind that side of things.
And
but
you've
it's
got to be
just-
lifting heavy.
Yeah.
So exercises that they can do to increase start building that booty. So let's talk about those. So what would be your
Everyone's favourite, the hip thrust.
hip thrust,
Not mine.
Romanian deadlifts,
Romanian deadlifts are good. Step ups.
step ups, single
Focus
leg,
step
focus
ups,
step ups. So
yeah.
single leg, leaning forward, driving it up in a more angled position to and not weight bearing on the other leg.
Obviously,
So
a super popular thing now because everything is like anything that comes up on TikTok or Instagram, then
Yeah.
becomes a thing that everyone does in the gym.
okay.
So cable work, anything obviously
Oh,
with
yeah.
like round your ankles, cable, so like cable kickbacks,
I actually have watched a
angled cable kickbacks.
yeah, angled ones.
That's
That's the new
popular.
thing one.
That's what I
the
hate.
new
Like
thing.
I go in to do my rehab work and I'm like, great, everyone thinks I'm a glute girl now. I just want to stay upright. That's all I'm trying to do.
What other things have we got?
Lunges get me.
Oh, lunges. That's my big one.
What, as
yeah.
in-
lunges?
That's where you get it when you
Get
do
my
lunges.
glutes. Big time lunges.
Yeah. Well, it just depends on if you're changing, obviously, body angle and your foot placement as you come
Yeah.
down. And lunges.
Split-
Like when I've finished
split
off a
lunges.
session and I've just gone in for like, say, 100 walking lunges at the end just to
To finish it off.
I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
grim.
get me.
Also, just seat box squats. So sitting down and then standing up, really driving it. Oh, but there you go. Anything that's going to basically use your bottom,
Yeah.
and you need to be focused on squeezing.
Yeah, there is no point in putting a band on, okay, doing some half-assed clams and whatever else,
if you're not
eating in
doing
a deficit
That's
and
right.
wondering
why
what,
your
like,
bottom's not
you
getting
have
bigger.
to feed,
Yes,
yeah.
Feed
to
the bum.
feed the bum. Feed
Your ass
it.
ain't growing if you're not
Yeah.
feeding
No,
it. It's
that's
as
right.
simple as that. Like
That's
you
exactly
have to
right.
feed it, and that means you can grow it slightly in a point of maintenance, but it will take you forever.
That's
So
right.
you have to eat in a surplus, which, let's be honest, once again, like you can't spot reduce, you can't automatically choose where
Where
it
it's
goes,
going to
which
go.
means there's
That's
gonna be
exactly it's going to go.
fat everywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So you got to be prepared for that. If you want to grow a booty,
Yeah, you got to trust the process,
That's
which
right.
is hard.
You
That's
have to use
hard.
adequate weight for it for the exercise you're doing.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a big muscle.
group.
It's a
strong
big muscle.
So you got.
That's exactly
Well, that's
right.
the thing, though. There's
good enough
3
weight for
different
it.
ones there that you've got to target.
Yeah.
You can't just be focusing on
One muscle.
Yeah.
That's right. Out. 3 muscles are. Go on then. What are they? Medius.
I thought you wanted me to point them out there.
No.
Stand up.
Gluteus
and
maximus,
Maximus,
the medius, and the
the-
minimus. There you go. There you go. 3
Yeah,
muscles.
stand up and
Yeah.
stand up for the
Here we
camera.
go. Yeah.
Yeah. Show us
We'll cut
now.
that one out. Yeah.
You need those. You know, see those leggings where it's got the anatomy of the.
I
Yeah,
know, we should
I
definitely
love
get that.
There's a
Can be
woman
in
who
there.
does it for all the, because I like the core videos and stuff, and she's got one. For
Even
that,
though
which
she
is
did say earlier she didn't
perfect,
like ab workouts.
I don't like ab work, not ab specific
leggings, though.
workouts. I like the leggings and the whole ones.
I'm not very keen on ab. I couldn't go and
I
just do
love
10-minute
core
ab.
work with like, because core work, I think everyone forgets. Like your core is probably going to be built more by doing everything else and engaging your core than it is by doing some sit-ups.
Yeah, exactly. And my son, he's just started to have some specific, trained to be a footballer, so some specific core work. And the guy that is training him, he basically said, the first thing I'm going to start doing is starting to randomly just try and push you over, because that will really help
This
you.
is what I've tried to explain
to-
to so many people, is that when you're doing your core work, the most important thing in anything is that you're engaging
Trying
your core
trying
with
to
everything
use
that
it.
you're doing. Like that's what keeps you upright. That's what is the most important. There is no. It's all very well and good to say you want abs. First of all, as women,
Very hard.
realistically, it's not only is it hard, but sometimes unhealthy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't try and aim for it, but as in to hold that for a long period of time. There's so many other cons
Again, there's
to
some
it that
videos
aren't
out there
worth
of
it.
women who are literally saying, this is a video of me at my peak. I cannot
And it
remember.
lasts no
I
time
can't
at all.
stay like this. I cannot stay like this. I worked for 9 months to get here, and I'd be over to compete, and then I'm done.
Yeah, and like things like all their periods were going,
Yeah.
which sounds delightful to some of us, but not healthy.
It's not healthy.
It's far from healthy. As women, we're supposed to have that little bit more body fat because of obviously what we're supposed to do. Yeah.
Reproduction.
So, but that's what
Being
I'm trying
fit
to say.
and healthy is the
so it's
most
all very well and
important
good to have this idea of wanting abs.
Yeah.
But realistically, no. The most important thing with this core is that's what's going to keep you upright. That's what's
As you
my
age.
weak core is what makes me probably struggle the most with my squats and stuff like that. So it's not that I can't squat. I can squat wonderfully. My core's just
It's
crap,
learning.
so I can't do as much as I want.
And you can do a lot of core work without doing anything.
Yeah.
So just
like the
practicing
breathing and stuff.
Yeah, just like pulling in your tummy. Imagine like squeezing everything really tight around you. You'll feel it. You'll feel everything tighten, and then just relaxing.
I always
doing
say
that
it's
10
like
minutes.
imagining, like a lot of the ladies know, like when you're trying to get on a pair of jeans, you know, when you're trying to put it together, imagine buttoning those hip bones together, taking that belly button to the spine. It makes everything, those deep corset kind of muscles pull together.
That's right.
Whereas I think a lot of people think of it as just like suck in like you used to in the 90s.
Yeah.
For the best, which obviously is not that at all. You've got to be able to obviously breathe through it.
Yeah,
But yeah, you
but
can
be
do that.
aware
You can
of
just
it.
walk in and stuff like that.
Standing in the queue at the supermarket.
Yeah.
But again, as we get older, having that core strength is super important. So that, like that guy said, if you trip, you've got potentially a little bit more ability to hold yourself upright. Great, guys. Well, thanks for being here today. Lovely to see you both. And next time, we're going to have a chiropractor coming to talk to us, talking about what he does.
Snapping necks.
Snapping necks and
Doing
cracking
it.
backs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So
I'll be interested to listen to it.
yeah.
It's probably my biggest fear, a chiropractor.
Oh, there you go. Well, I've had some good success. I've been seeing him, so I thought, well, let's get him
The
on.
noises.
Is it? Oh,
I
no,
watch the videos
like
on
the
TikTok
noises.
and I'm like,
When you
Oh,
hear
I like the
backs.
noises, and I like the feeling. I'm like, oh yes. I'm like, oh.
I feel better now.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks very much, and have a great weekend.
see ya.